Hello, my name is Grant Clayton. I'm seeking $400,000 for 5% of my company. Home ownership is less affordable than ever, with the average age of a first time home buyer now being 38 years old. People can't put down roots, and they can't start families because the American dream is completely unaffordable. This one problem has a ripple effect that dramatically damages our society as a whole. Now, we can't control interest rates, we can't control insurance, or so many other variables, but we can control is our fees. We have created a company that makes more by charging the client less when it comes time to sell a home. My wife is a medically retired Navy veteran, and we got married in 2009 and we sold our home. And we had a pretty bad experience, which led both of us to become real estate agents in 2011. That's what started us on this journey. Once we were in the industry, we saw so many problems. So we started doing things our way. We charged lower fees to acquire more business and do more deals, but the industry hated it. So we did it more. And then they hated it even more. And so at the end of 2015, we launched a company called 1% Lists, a full service real estate company that only charges 1%. We were told we would go broke. We were told we were not being team players, but nevertheless, we scaled in the New Orleans market from about 6 million in sales in 2016 to 120 million in sales by 2020, making us the third fastest growing privately held real estate brokerage in the nation during that time, according to Inc. 5000. We grew our revenue 1,100% during that time. We started franchising, and as of the end of 2025, we have opened 68 franchise locations. We have never taken on any debt. We are profitable without any VC help or influence. My wife and I have just bootstrapped the company to get it where it is. We are solving the problem locally, but not nationally yet. We are growing steadily, but we want to grow faster. Here are some facts about the industry that put some of this perspective that the public faces, some of these problems, and makes it clear. Adjusted for inflation, real estate agents make 389% more today than they did in 1970, while working less hours because technology has made the job so much more efficient. Doing a deal has never been easier and efficient, but real estate fees have never been higher, despite numerous antitrust lawsuits in the industry. In fact, since the antitrust lawsuits happened 2 years ago, real estate fees have gone up. The industry is ripe for disruption. But everyone in the industry seems to be fully invested in propping up the old system. Real estate boards, associations, and brokerages make money off of a head count of real estate agents through fees, so they want to continue to have an overpopulation of agents. This leads to agents charging massive fees because there's not enough deals for all of these agents. So they might only do one deal a year or two. So the windfall from doing that deal has to be huge. Otherwise, they won't renew their license, which costs the industry money. These agents, in turn, aren't good at doing their job because they don't do it often enough to actually gain experience, which leads to a very expensive and subpar experience for the customer. A study by a company called Account Tech, which handles the bookkeeping for a lot of brokerages, showed that if the average real estate commission dropped from 2.7% to just 2%, 88% of retail real estate brokerages would become unprofitable. But a good producing broker can buy one of our offices for as little as $7,500 or pay $10,000 over time with no upfront fee. They can run it out of their home for under $1,000 a month and make well in the six figures, with our top earners making well over $500,000 a year. And this is in rural markets. This is not in Los Angeles. This is not in major markets with multi-million-dollar homes. This is selling the average $300,000 to $400,000 home. Our agents make remarkably more, despite charging remarkably less. The current average fee in the real estate industry is 2.7%, but over 70% of agents didn't do a deal last year because they are so obsessed with charging more, not doing more. Agents are very invested in what they charge, but not what they actually make, which is what causes the problem in the industry. This is what they're taught by the industry. My average agent only makes 1% on a listing, but we make 2.5%, sometimes 3% working with buyers because buyers are less likely to close and require more work. This evens out to about 1.7%. But while the average agent isn't even doing a deal or might do one a year, my average agent does over 13 deals a year. Over 70% of agents, typical real estate agents, didn't do a deal last year compared to mine that did over 13. While other agents are busy trying to find a deal, we are busy doing them. Our top producing agent last year did 128 deals without spending a penny on marketing. We have brand new agents that have done over 60 deals in their very first year in real estate. Honestly, it's their very first year in sales. While the industry can't find a listing, we have agents with over 40 active listings because listings are chasing them due to our value proposition. Our phone literally rings with people saying, "Is this what you do? Would you please come list my house?" This is the holy grail of real estate. Now, some might say that having that much business makes it impossible to manage them properly. It's impossible to market the home properly. But in reality, that's not the case. Open houses and broker tours are really the only time-consuming ways to market a home, and they are less useful than ever. During the COVID years, no one was allowed to do open houses and broker tours, and yet somehow we sold houses faster than we could list them. The National Association of Realtors themselves actually did a study called Real Estate in a Digital Age, which found that 97% of baby boomers and 99% of Generation X and younger shop online for homes. Open houses and broker tours are the most expensive and time-consuming way and the least effective way to market a home. But they are a good way to justify a higher fee and maybe generate a client. But we don't have to worry about either one of those things. Now, the craziest part, this is what will blow your mind the most. In 2024, we compared the top 50 producers in the greater New Orleans market, our home office market, to our average real estate agent. So these are the top 50 agents in our market compared to just the average real estate agent at our company. What we find might shock you. We sell houses 10% faster than the top 50 agents. We also sell for about 1.5% more of the original list price than those top 50 producers, despite the fact that we're charging 1.5% or 2% less. So just to let that sink in, we sell houses 10% faster and 1.5% more despite charging 1.5% to 2% less. How is that possible? Well, the internet is now the marketing wing of a real estate brokerage. All of these efforts that agents do are not assisting in the sale. But most importantly, the more I charge you to sell something, the harder it is for you to sell it. Think about it this way. If you were selling cars on a car lot and you had to pay your salesperson $5,000 versus $2,000, all of a sudden each car is $3,000 more difficult to sell. It makes it harder to reach your bottom line. So by charging people less, we're actually making it easier for them to sell their homes. We're making it easier for them to get their move done. Either they will keep more equity in their pocket if it's a great market like 2021 and 2022, or they can use our savings as a tool to price more aggressively, offer an interest rate reduction, offer to pay somebody's closing cost. Any of these things are way more valuable to a buyer than an open house on a Saturday or a Sunday. We are a better solution across the board. We are a better solution for real estate agents, but they don't want to see it. We are a better solution for the public, but we need help explaining it. We need help getting that message out. We need credibility. We need all these things. We could have saved the public $44 billion last year, all while giving a better result. Who wants to tell this story with me and disrupt the real estate industry?